Few rock songs have etched themselves into the global consciousness as deeply as Queen's We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions. More than just music, they are cultural cornerstones, anthems of power, unity, and collective celebration. Whether blasting from stadium speakers after a championship win or echoing from the mouths of tens of thousands of fans, these two songs have become inseparable from the spirit of shared experience. But what gives them such staying power? What makes them continue to resonate with crowds nearly 50 years after their release? The answer lies in Queen's unique blend of musical brilliance, theatricality, and, most of all, their deep understanding of what it means to truly connect with an audience. On July 13, 1985, Queen took the stage at Wembley Stadium for a 20-minute set during Live Aid, a dual-venue benefit concert organized to raise funds for the Ethiopian famine crisis. The concert itself was a landmark moment in music and humanitarian history, but Queen's performance stood out as the undisputed highlight of the day, not just for its musical excellence, but for the unprecedented level of crowd participation it inspired. Two songs in particular, We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions, transformed the 70,000 people in attendance from passive observers into a roaring, unified choir. It was a moment that crystallized Queen's genius, turning a stadium into a stage for the audience. By the time Queen launched into We Will Rock You, the crowd was already electrified. The set had opened with Bohemian Rhapsody and Radio Gaga, which had already showcased the band's ability to ignite mass sing-alongs. But with We Will Rock You, something even more visceral happened. As Brian May unleashed the opening power chords, the audience needed no cue. Instinctively, tens of thousands of fans began stomping and clapping in unison, echoing the song's now iconic beat. No backing track, no pre-recorded audience sounds, just real human energy, amplified by the shared knowledge of what was coming next. It was a moment of pure, spontaneous synchronization, music reduced to its most tribal form, and the band conducting it like masters. Freddie Mercury, ever the showman, didn't need to say much. With a single gesture or glance, he could lead the crowd like a conductor leads an orchestra, and they followed him, willingly and joyfully, stomping, clapping, and shouting the lyrics like an anthem they'd known their whole lives. Queen was formed in London in 1970 and is composed of four remarkable musicians: Freddie Mercury, lead vocals and piano, Brian May on guitar and vocals, Roger Taylor, drums and vocals, and John Deacon, bass guitar. Each member brought distinctive musical talents, songwriting abilities, and personalities to the group. Known for their genre-blending creativity and electrifying live performances, Queen combined elements of rock, opera, glam, and pop to forge a sound that was both musically sophisticated and wildly accessible. At the heart of the band was Freddie Mercury, whose charismatic stage presence and unmatched vocal range made him one of the greatest frontmen in rock history. By the late 1970s, Queen had already released several chart-topping albums and were known for hits like Bohemian Rhapsody, Somebody to Love, and Killer Queen. But in 1977, with their album News of the World, they took a bold new approach, crafting two songs specifically designed for crowd participation. Written by guitarist Brian May, We Will Rock You was born out of Queen's desire to give something back to their audience. After noticing how fans at concerts were singing along with every word, the band decided to create a song where the audience could be the rhythm section. The result was brilliant in its simplicity. Just stomp, stomp, clap. No drums, no guitar solos, just the sound of a crowd in sync, with Freddie Mercury's commanding vocals layered on top. This percussive pulse turns every listener into a performer, turning massive crowds into a unified force. It's not just a song, it's a ritual, an instinctive, almost primal call to action that requires no explanation and no translation. Whether you're in Tokyo, London, or Buenos Aires, you know what to do when those first stomps start. If We Will Rock You is the battle chant, We Are the Champions is the victory. Written by Freddie Mercury, this song showcases the band's flair for drama and emotion. It opens softly with Mercury's voice filled with vulnerability, recounting struggle and perseverance. But it quickly builds, swelling into a powerful chorus of triumph and resilience. What makes the song resonate so deeply is its universality. While it's often associated with sports, from football stadiums to the Olympics, the lyrics speak to anyone who's faced adversity and come out stronger. It's a song about overcoming the odds, and it gives fans permissions to celebrate not just external victories, but personal ones too. Queen made the intentional decision to pair the two songs back-to-back on News of the World. This wasn't just a creative choice, it was a strategic masterstroke. The raw, communal rhythm of We Will Rock You immediately primes the crowd, building anticipation and energy. Then, without pause, We Are the Champions delivers the emotional payoff. Together, they create a dynamic arc. First you fight, then you win. This storytelling structure, delivered in just a few minutes, taps into something ancient and human: the cycle of challenge and triumph. Both songs thrive in large venues because they were made for the crowd experience. Queen understood the power of audience involvement better than almost any band of their era. Their live shows were immersive, theatrical, and emotionally charged. These weren't just concerts. They were shared events, and songs like these made the audience part of the show. At events like Live Aid in 1985, widely considered one of the greatest live performances in rock history, Queen's ability to lead and connect with the crowd reached its zenith. Watching 70,000 people clap, stomp, and sing along in perfect unison was proof that these songs weren't just hits, they were movements. Queen's Live Aid performance is now considered one of the greatest live performances in rock history, and the final pairing of We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions was its emotional and participatory climax. The footage of Wembley's entire crowd moving and singing as one has become legendary. It exemplified what Queen always understood better than most. Music is at its most powerful when it breaks the barrier between artist and audience. This wasn't just a band playing for a crowd. It was a moment where audience and artists became one, bonded by rhythm, melody, and shared emotion. At Live Aid, We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions weren't just songs. They were proof that music can move millions, one unified voice at a time. Today, nearly 5 decades later, We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions continue to echo across sports arenas, graduation ceremonies, political rallies, and public gatherings. They've been covered by countless artists, used in dozens of films and commercials, and adopted as rallying cries by teams and individuals alike. But their longevity isn't just due to nostalgia. It's because Queen tapped into something timeless: the power of music to unite people in a single moment, to make strangers feel like allies, and to give voice to triumph, whether it's on the field, on the stage, or in life.